About this particular storm, we're expecting the potential for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, that storm, based on latest radar information, is moving off to the southeast. It's 15 miles per hour and just a few miles to the northwest of Judd. So it's heading in that general direction of Judd at this time. So be prepared for some gusty straight-line winds with that storm as it works its way in. And now as we take you in just a little bit closer, we'll take a look at the latest radar scan. Where you see the pinks here, that is the hail potential with the system. It is right over or near the Gackle area. As we take you in just a little bit closer, you can see that that is moving in that general direction of Judd at only 15 miles per hour. So south of Highway 46 and towards Judd is where the hail potential will be the greatest. And with the movement of that hail core, here is where it's moving and how long it will take to get to those locations. Let's go ahead and put that in at, well, let's see here. Why is that not popping up a number for me? There we go. So moving at about 15 miles per hour, we'll put it in at about 18 miles per hour. That'll handle a little bit of the delay in broadcast here, or if there's buffering on either end. In Judd, it will be there in less than 20 minutes or so, and it really is getting fairly close, but not moving terribly fast at this particular time. So rural portions of extreme southern Stutsman County, and this warning also is in effect for you folks in Logan County as well as Lemoore County, in pieces. Northwestern, Lemoore, northeastern, Logan. So, Nathan, good to have you on board. And if you do have any reports from this storm, I'd appreciate you posting them down below. Take a look at what's going on with regards to some cameras that we do have available out in the area. But let's go ahead and take a look at those showers and storms that are heading in the general direction of the FM area. These, as the crow flies, are a ways out here, folks, but they are moving in the general direction of Fargo-Moorhead. They're 30 miles out. Let me see if I can get you an estimate to the speed of movement with these over the last hour or so. And we'll take a look at this and this and this and turn that on. Now, these lines here would be indicative, the white lines that is, of the direction of movement of these storms, generally more to the south than to the southeast. So south-southeast is the movement on those cells that are making their way into northern Stutsman County. They are drifting in that southeasterly direction, and the movement is about 25 miles per hour. So here's a peek at the timing for these storms as we lock it into the latest and move it out towards it. Let's see, again, 35 miles from Fargo. And we'll put this in the direction of the south-southeast. That is the general direction of movement of these storms. Putting them at 25 miles per hour. We'll have them in and around these following areas here in the following amount of time. Again, these are not severe, and we're not expecting them to become severe, but we do have the one severe cell has really beefed up out there in southern Stutsman County right now. Vance, 31 minutes. Amenia out toward 35 minutes from now. Here's your current time, 6:40. So about 30 minutes from that puts us at 7:10, and it will be in and around the Mapleton area, if you see here, around 1 hour away. So about 7:30 or so to 7:40, a chance of impacting the area near Mapleton and West Fargo, about 75 minutes away. Now, so these are a long ways away at their current state of movement, which is rather slow and drifty. Taking a look at these storms, if we can, we'll take a quick peek together at the DOT cameras here. Again, just to show you, got a question here from Diana. Is there anything out there for northwestern Minnesota? There have been a few funnel clouds reported up in northwest Minnesota. We'll get to those in just one moment. I'd be happy to share that with you, Diana. Thank you for your questions. And Lake Eunice joining me. Vicky, good to have you on board as well. Here's a look at the severe storm south of the Jamestown area as we look off to the let's see if this camera has a good view down to the south. Here we go. We can see the rain shaft falling out of that particular hail-producing storm, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It did dump some rain in this area. I don't see any hail lit on the side of the road. That hay there, though, that's not fun to see wet hay on the side of the road, right? That's good. We're going to have some drier weather. Let's take a look at that storm from the south side, maybe from the Ashley area looking up to the north, and see if we can see it. And I don't have a view of it from there. Looking from this site here, the Millerton area, let's see. Again, we see the dark skies down to the south, and there's the storm down there. Again, it's moving off in that southerly direction. We'll get some timing on that for you. Now, in answer to the question, we will review one more time the severe storm in southern Stutsman County, now pushing into northern parts of Lemoore County. Here's a look at that radar. Now, someone was asking about northwest Minnesota. Let's take you there with the latest radar. And here we go. Okay, so we do have a smattering of thunder showers out there, but they're really wrapping up right now. Most of these thunder showers pushing into that Red Lake Falls area right now, Polk County, central Polk County. We see a cell here not far from the area north of Fertile at this time. So that cell is moving in the general direction of Fertile. It is not severe, not expected to be severe, but these storms have produced some skinny funnels up there at the sky a little bit earlier out near the Roseau County area. So here's a look at that storm. The warned storm is heading in the general direction of Judd right now. 1-inch hail. The good news is in the most recent scan that just came in, that hail core, at least at the lower levels of the scan here, diminishing here just a little bit. Now, as we take a look at a closer radar, let's see if it's a little brighter. Nope. So we still have some hail. It's heading right into Judd right now. And again, if you do have any reports at all, photos, you can share them right here on Hutch's Weather. Also, if you're in Brown County, south of Hecla, look at this one. It's got this little hook to it right here. That's 1-inch diameter hail. There's no warning on this, but that one means the radar is estimating 1-inch diameter hail will be a possibility from that cell. Because it has that little hooky shape, let me take a look at what we have going on with the spin in this. I'm not seeing any terrible or strong spin, but again, a couple of these cells tonight have produced some funnel clouds. This one looks like it's not funneling. It looks like there's some divergence at that level of the cloud, a little bit of rolling in the atmosphere. Hail will be the main threat along with some gusty winds as that one moves in the general direction of Sand Lake right now and on towards Columbia here in the upcoming 40 minutes or so. So a couple of storms have fired up in the heat of the day this afternoon. We have a couple of cells moving toward the FM area. How about Detroit Lakes, Kristen? It looks like things are all quiet across Lakes country right now. There are some storms way up to the north near Red Lake Falls. These will all begin their diminishing in strength as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. So the late night storms will not last tonight again like the last couple of nights with the setting sun. They will taper off in intensity. And once again, I'll take a moment to remind you again, a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Stutsman County, northern parts of the Lemoore County area primarily, as that cell is going to be capable of 1-inch hail moving into Judd momentarily. So keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that I want to pass along to you word of mouth, and I'd appreciate it if you share it right here and share it with your friends. But I have a big announcement coming on Thursday of this week. I've scheduled a live event. Hopefully you and you and you can come along and join in this special occasion. I'm excited to have an announcement for you. I'll have all the details on that, but I want your participation because all of your ideas help Hutch grow Hutch's Weather, and I carry it in a direction that you want me to go, and that's what this exciting announcement is all about. Whoop, we just have a new warning now for the storm down near the Aberdeen area. I told you the 1-inch hail estimates were piping up a little bit there, and here we go. Aberdeen has now issued a warning for this storm right here that's outside of Hecla. It's south of Hecla. You don't have to worry, but if you're out there near the Groton area, it's a slow mover. It's only moving at about 15 miles per hour, but you see that big old pink core there. That's north of Bath and northeast of the Aberdeen area. So north of the radar right now, it's 17 miles north of the radar. And here are some areas that it will be impacting in the coming moments. There's a fairly wide swath of storminess, but the hail core is a narrow shaft, if you will. And let's pop that in there at about 18 to 20 miles per hour. And that will put it in, well, Putney in about 40 minutes. So again, mainly over rural parts of Brown County, south of Hecla. Ellendale, little cell moving towards you. And here's what's left of the thunderstorm that's severe. It's basically the warning has been allowed to be canceled for Stutsman County. The severe part of this storm is out of Stutsman County, moving in the general direction of you folks in Judd right now. And the good news with this particular storm is a continued decrease in the intensity showing up on the Doppler radar right now. That means that storm is likely hailing itself out as it works its way off to the southeast at a very slow clip of only about 15 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Hutch. Hutch Johnson. Thank you so very much for your reports. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks, Leora, for joining me. Thank you, Sherry, for your support of stars. Excited to have that announcement coming up for you again on Thursday night, July 11th at 8 p.m. 8 p.m., a Facebook Live event. Look for it. If not, just make sure you're here. I need your participation, and I got an exciting announcement for all of you, my loyal viewers out there. Thanks so very much. As always is the case, stay tuned to me here on Hutch's Weather, and as always, please